Hey fam, sorry for the abrupt intro to this. I decided to split this video into two parts. So in part one, I talked about general questions you had about my pregnancy, birth plans, how everything happened, food cravings, all that fun stuff. And now in part two, we are going to talk all about raving and festivals and how I'm navigating all of that while pregnant and what my plans are postpartum as well. So I hope you guys enjoy. First question was, did you clear attending festivals with your doctor beforehand? So no, I personally did not clear it with my doctor beforehand. I definitely did my research and looked up things I should be basically if you're going to a concert or anything, things I should be concerned about. But I also just made sure I was really prepared and had what I needed going into it. I did talk to my doctor after I came back, and I just was confirming with her things like smoke at the festival, is that bad? And she was like, were you outdoors? I said, yes. She's like, you should be fine. If you want to wear a mask, wear a mask. So my doctor was pretty chill with everything, but if you guys would feel more comfortable, talk to your doctor beforehand, just so that you have peace of mind. Any noise restrictions for baby? Is it okay to attend festivals? A lot of you guys ask me how loud can events be while you're pregnant. I do not know at this point. I was pretty early. Again, I was 15 weeks. I believe later in your pregnancy, definitely third trimester when your baby's ears are more sensitive. It's something I'm going to look way more into. But in that case, I just in no way am I all the way up front, against the rail or anything. You know what I mean? I think I'll just stand further back, further to the sides, and just don't stand next to a speaker for sure. But definitely if you want to know the specific decibel level that isn't okay, or if that's something you're concerned about, there are ways to work around that. How is attending Okeechobee while pregnant? And then other people asked, how is the comfort of camping at a festival while being pregnant? Honestly, again, I've had a very gentle pregnancy. I was totally fine. The only main differences was, and this is kind of the next question, but I just made sure I prioritized sleep. I knew I wouldn't be able to stay up as late. It was a lot more walking than I'm used to, so we sat a lot. We made sure we took lots of breaks, which was great. I made sure I was eating whenever I needed to eat. I ate so much at Okeechobee, and I made sure I stayed very, very hydrated, tons of water. The biggest thing for me was the heat and the smoke. Those were the two things that concerned me because it was very, very hot at Okeechobee. So anytime I felt like I was getting overheated, I would take a cold shower, or I would go to the air-conditioned bathrooms, which was a perk of the VIP amenities. Highly recommend maybe doing VIP tickets or an RV, even if you're going to do a camping festival at pregnant, just to keep your body temperature down. The smoke, like I mentioned, that was the most concerning to me because so many people were smoking weed, cigarettes, things like that. So I wore my mask basically from sundown on anytime I was in the crowd, and that did help tremendously. So I was very happy that I wore my mask during that. But again, it was outside, so that was good. How did you stay energized for late night sets? Everyone was asking, how are your energy levels? So again, the timing of it worked out perfectly, and I would recommend this. Your first trimester, again, a lot of the times you can get a ton of morning sickness, nausea. That tends to go away, they say, by the second trimester. Your energy levels tend to return as well during your second. So being 2 weeks into my second trimester, I was already feeling better. I was already having higher energy levels. So it was a really good timing to go. I wasn't showing that much yet, so I didn't have this big bump. So I was pretty okay. I do drink coffee during my pregnancy. Everyone might feel differently about this, but I've done a lot of research about it. I've talked to my gyno about it. They said as long as you're not having 3 cups of coffee a day, you're fine. I think it's recommended for up to 200 milligrams of coffee a day. So I usually have it every other day now, or 4 times a week. At Okeechobee, I did have a coffee per day just so that I had a little extra energy. I also was recommended getting the little Mio drops that you can squeeze in your water. They have a Mio caffeine version, or a Mio energy, and it's 60 milligrams of caffeine. So I would squirt that in my water as well, and it tasted amazing. So I did have a little bit of caffeine every day. And then other than that, when I was tired, I went to sleep we went back to the tent around 1 a.m. every night, and I was asleep by 1:30 every single night. And it was glorious. I slept the best I've ever slept at a festival. Did you get nervous about people bumping into you? Yes and no. Again, I didn't have like a huge bump yet. And we pretty much didn't really like go deep into the crowd unless like Odessa and Grizz. And we just made sure we like had space around us. But I highly recommend standing towards the side, the back, again, doing VIP so you have more space if you are concerned about that. The only time I did go to see Tin Liquor in Brooklyn when I was about 12 weeks, that was the only time I was a little nervous because it was a sold out show and we were in the middle of the crowd on the floor. But again, like I ended up being okay. But like now as I go further into my pregnancy, I'm just going to stand towards the back. I'm not going to go in like the middle of the crowd anywhere. Also highly recommend at festivals, you can bring in like camping festivals, usually like a chair or a chilbo, which are like the blow up couches. Like that also gives you more space around you as well. So I did like sit in the chilbo occasionally. How is it being fully sober at an event? Honestly, great. It was fantastic. I'm a huge fan of it. I really haven't missed alcohol that much, like at all. Anything, other substances. I felt super present at the festival. I don't know, you just observe so much more, and it's given me like a lot of new perspectives on raving and festivals, and I just woke up refreshed every morning. It was wild. Like I just woke up and I was like ready to take on the day. I was getting up at 8 a.m. at the festival, maybe like 8:30 a.m., having breakfast, going to take a shower. Like I was doing activities. I got to go to a yoga class. Like in the past, I would have been too hungover or whatever in the morning to even have the energy to do any of that at a festival. So I really feel like I got to like fully experience Okeechobee, and I never felt shitty the next day because I was sober the night before. So I'm honestly like a big fan of it, and I didn't miss out on anything. I loved all the sets. I had a great fucking time. It was amazing. And I didn't spend all this money on alcohol. So that was a big perk. Are you still going to go on Groove Cruise? Yes, Groove Cruise will be my first event back, which is really exciting. When I ended up doing the deal with them, I wasn't sure. I think I had just found out, or I wasn't sure, or I was starting to try actually. And then once I found out I was pregnant, I like calculated the months and I was like, okay, that would be 5 months postpartum. I think that's like just enough time. So yes, I'm still going on Groove Cruise. That will be my first like festival back essentially. Did you stop purchasing tickets once you found out you were pregnant, or were you already like planning to stop beforehand? Great question. You guys can probably may have picked up on it, but anytime anyone asked me what festivals I was doing for the year, I left it like super, super vague. I just knew Groove Cruise was happening. So I kind of purposely didn't plan anything just to be safe. And then once I found out I was pregnant, and once I learned Beatbox was sponsoring Okeechobee, because I'm able to attend festivals on behalf of work as well, which is fantastic. Then I was able to like last minute send it. So I decided to go to Okeechobee in December after I had found out, and I knew I would be about like, second trimester along. So I knew that was fine. And then I'm also doing Project Glow. That will be my last festival for the year. I personally wanted to squeeze one more in because I know I'm going to miss it a lot. And Project Glow is super manageable. It's not that far from me. It's a 2-day festival, and it doesn't go that late. So that was another choice that I made. But then I decided to skip EDC Vegas this year. I think that would have been way too exhausting for me. And I kind of had a feeling I couldn't do Forest. So yeah, anything June and on is going to be a no-go for me because I'm due in mid to late August. But yeah, tickets and stuff like that, I'm still going to do shows here and there for sure, and I will let you guys know how that goes. Okay, last few questions here. At what point will you bring/let your child go to a rave? People are asking how long will you wait? I honestly have no idea because I've never done this before, and I have seen other people do it, and I feel like it's just what you're comfortable with as a parent. I think it's just hard for me, again, with the amount of smoke I experienced at the festival. I just wouldn't want a baby inhaling that much smoke. And I've seen people like have them in the little carrier with the little earmuffs on. Like, I think it's so cute, but I just don't know. I will definitely bring my kids to festivals, like 100%. Just not sure what age that will happen. But yeah, I'm going to defer to other parents who have done that before. How do you balance your work/home life with raving and EDM? it's just like you said, it's going to be a balance. You have to do what's best for you. For me, this is also my job. Like beatbox is heavily involved in the festival industry. I'm a content creator in the festival industry. So this job is not going anywhere. This hobby is not going anywhere. Like I said, I'm just scaling back personally. I decided to throw in one more festival. I have a Seven Lions show coming up. I might do a couple more shows here and there. And then I'm just going to take a break and then we'll get back into it afterwards. And it'll be a different balance because we'll have to figure out childcare and balancing all of that. And if we have to do less events, we do less events. But yeah, I'm not going to change as a person, and that hobby isn't going to go away. And I know a lot of people are scared about that, but we're just going to do our best to balance it all. And then some other people ask, like, how do you start a family and still get to rave and see artists you love? I feel like it's anything else in life, like any other hobby you might have that doesn't go out the window just because you have kids. I'm going to find ways to incorporate raving into my child's life, like making candy and all that stuff. Like that is such like inner child work. There's so many things at festivals that I feel like is letting out your inner child. And I've seen there were so many kids at Okeechobee, like there's plenty of things you can do to like integrate rave culture into your family life. So that's just kind of like how I'm going to do that, especially like sharing music and things like that. It's definitely going to be big, but yeah, you're just going to have, you know, like date night time or mom night out time and not feel guilty about it. You definitely still need to do things you love. Which raves are you still going to? I already mentioned that. Tips for attending EDC pregnant. Yeah, I haven't done it before. All I will say, somebody DM'd me about this, and my advice was, again, I personally would not be able to stay up that late, but you're lucky that EDC is such a long festival. If I were going this year, how I would navigate it, I'd probably do a hotel just so that you have like that comfort and break from all of the craziness so you get sleep, prioritize hydration. Make sure you're taking breaks and sitting down like what I did at Okeechobee. I would probably just go early from like the opening ceremonies. And again, just based on my energy levels at Okie, I was getting tired by like 1 a.m. So I would just probably leave EDC early every night just to make sure I'm sleeping. And just be careful of the heat and people bumping into you. If you have the option to do VIP and you can afford that, do that. Otherwise, I would just hang in the sides or the back. You can also take advantage of ADA. I've heard from my friends who have had kids as well and who have been pregnant at festivals. Contact ADA services in advance and take advantage of those platforms so that you can sit down and you don't have people bumping into you. So there are for sure options, so you don't have to miss out if you find out that you're pregnant or you're going to be pregnant there. Somebody said, so maternity rave clothes, do they even exist? Where do I buy rave clothes? We about to find out, fam. We about to find out together because I don't even know. I know shops that have extended size ranges, which is important, but you really just need that stretchier material as soon as your bump grows because it depends on your comfort level. Like if you want more modest outfits versus if you don't care, you're going to a thong and you want to let it all hang out. It just depends. I bought an outfit from Tasteful Girl for Project Glow, and I'm hoping it will fit, but I don't know. So yeah, other than that, I'm probably going to have to stick with like, I have a lot of biker shorts from Amazon that are like maternity biker shorts. I'll probably just do that with like cute tie tops or maybe like a rave top. So I'm probably going to have to do like some sort of balance of like a maternity bottom and then like a cute top. But we're going to work it out, and I will have some like rave mom fashion videos coming out as I discover things. And then lastly, again, somebody asked, post baby, how long will you take a break? I guess I'm taking a break for about 5 months because my first event will be Groove Cruise, but after Groove Cruise, I have literally no idea what I will go to. I also don't know about shows. Like I don't know when I'll go to a show. I really don't want to like focus on that. I really, really want to focus on like baby and enjoying time at home with them and taking a break. And then we'll see from there. We'll see what happens with work. So yeah, you guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me for my first pregnancy Q&A. I know we covered a lot of information here. And like I said, I'm a first-time mom, so I'm navigating all of this as I go, but I will be very open about my experiences, and I will definitely share with you guys what it's like to rave while being pregnant and outfits and all that fun stuff. And if you guys are coming out to Project Glow, I will hopefully see you there. Very, very excited about that. I will be much further along at that point, which is exciting, but super excited to share this journey with you guys. Thank you so much for listening and for being here. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're new here, hit the subscribe button down below to come join the family. Thanks for watching, guys. See you later. Bye.